All right, we are in the 2024 Spring Major. I'm in the Rookie Division. I'm in my 77 account. I practiced, so I I'm gonna try and do the full meal deal. I did a scouting report, so that kind of took a look at it. And during that scouting report, I practiced all the holes just to check out the new pin placement. So I had some base notes, and then I took those base notes. I went back and watched the video, and I took those base notes, and then I played my odd account. Now, what I should have did was watch the video from the odd to see what change I want to make, but I'm just going to do a practice from those notes. I did make some adjustments to my note sheet. And then I may qualify today and I may not. I'm just going to go out there, and if I want to try out some stuff and see what's happening. And if I don't today, I will tomorrow. And then I need to watch video to make a full set of notes for the opening round. But I do have some base stuff. And I did write some numbers down as far as like the shots to the cup. So here we go. Here we go. Getting out on the course. Spring Major, hole number 1. Hole number uno. Uno. All right, I'm trying to get the bounce, did he bounce? If I can get my pen to work, the bounce, did he bounce? Did he bounce? And roll down the hill. This hill's so steep, it kind of goes like this. Here's the fairway, and then it goes rough, and then it drops off the edge, and I got caught in the rough in my odd account. I actually made the shot from there, but if you can just barely crest this, it'll roll all the way down to the green side on the other side. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get over there. That is what I'm going to do. Well, let's see if we can get that done. Now let's see if we can get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done. I think I did this with a Power 5 ball in my odd account. I think you need a Power 5 ball in order to get over there. And a topspin boost ball wouldn't hurt. And you don't have to have a big topspin boost ball. Well, I suppose it depends on what level your clubs are. But if you've got an upper developed extra mile, you probably don't need too much topspin boost. A couple. They're using the wind. See if they can clear the trees. Perfecto! This would be a good hole too for a Power 5 topspin boost precision ball, because that way you could get. We got to do overpower on that drive, and where you really want to hit perfect. You really, really want to hit perfect. You do. All right. We really, really, really want to hit perfect. And one ring great to the right might not kill me, but I think it will. Not here, and not on this next bounce, but right here it'll roll through that rough area. But if I get on that, it'll roll down. It'll roll. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Now, if you can make it to that hill. A little luck. A little bit of luck. That second bounce came off really flat. I didn't get any forward momentum off of it. It just started sliding across the course. But if you're on that side, that's what I'm saying. Just like a little, if you've got upper developed stuff, just like 1 or 2 extra topspin boost would probably help. If you put on more than that, you'd probably hit it too far. You're rolling the dice there. It's a risk versus reward. The risk is that you don't get over, but you still got it. You can recover very easily and get up there, and you still got a good shot at it. But the reward is that you get close. Get close. Now, that's not to say I'm going to make this, but at least I put myself in a fairly good spot to make it. Maybe. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if the wind played that big of a factor. Not really. Those type of winds are difficult because the wind, you're trying to hit this direction, but you're trying to bring the ball around and the wind's going like that. So like, where's the wind going to grab the ball? All right. All right. Hole number one in the bag. Hole number one in the bag. And my notes say, APOC Power 5 ball, go for it. That's it. With topspin boost would be better. On a headwind day, you'll have to use topspin boost. That's the deal. Otherwise, even if you're in the clear, you'll be up at the top. You'll need some topspin boost on a headwind day. All right. Hole number two. What is? This is the first of these par threes. Okay, so I'm trying to hit off the island, and I'm going to use a rocket. I used, the way the wind was blowing was it was blowing like in this direction, and I used a katana, and my red line was like right in here. So I wanted to be centered up where it would be like 3 rings with my rocket, but I pushed it forward so that I was only 2 rings away from in the front. But it opened it up in the back so that I had enough room to work the wind out and not have to go over the cliff. So I think a 2 power ball would work on tailwind days, but a 3 power ball to give yourself so that you can really kind of set it up in here and give yourself a little bit of flexibility, especially on a headwind day. And a low wind ball, depending on what club you're using. I'm using a rocket. I'm using a maxed out rocket, so it's a 1.3 per ring. And I think what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to start off at 0 on my adjustment, and I'm going to put my second bounce right in the cup. Because what I noticed earlier was I hit the shot, but I didn't really get any suck back with 100 backspin. It did come back a little bit. It would not have ever made it back to the cup. But my second bounce was right where I had set it up. It looked to me like the cup was here, and I set it up off a little bit because it looked like the tail was coming back down on this direction, so I offset it so that my tail would come back to the cup, and my second bounce hit right where I was aiming, but it did not suck back. So I'm going to put that second bounce in the cup and see if I can do a second bounce dunk, and if not, just stick the ball. The bad news here would be is if I hit the flagpole, it could go really, really, really bad. Really bad. Real bad. But I would say a power 2 or a power 3 ball, and if you've got some low wind stuff, that might not be. You'd have to look at the wind. I think I worked out the wind. If the wind was higher than 4.5, I would have needed a wind ball. But I'm going to bring, I think, I'm going to just bring a Kingmaker. And that might just help. That might be the ticket. And I want to bring the bag with the rocket. Get that chest rolling. All right, we're doing a straight up shot wherever I'm at my club, and I should be at max, which is 1.3 per ring. I think I'm kind of in between or max and mid. The mid is 1.4 and the max is 1.3. So, I mean, if I am kind of like right there in the middle, I could do like a 1.35. It's one of the benefits of using the app is the app does all the, especially if you're using the slider, the app does all of the fractional math for you. Cross-eyed goes first. Okay, they got a sniper. They're going to do the bounce, steady bounce, steady bounce. What concerns me about doing this bounce, steady bounce, steady bounce is in order to get the run to the cup, look at where their third bounce is at. Their third bounce is like literally right on the edge, like right there. Shit, the third bounce is on the brick, not the grass. And so if you overpull it in this position right here, you're screwed. And they got to be at like minimum club. They did 2 rings. So I don't think they took out enough, so they should make it over. But just barely. Just. Okay, it's a 2 divided by Where am I at? There's min. There's max. So I'm at max. I'm at mid to be about right there. So I'm about mid club. So it's 1.4. I want to set up so that I'm as close to dead. I want to have 3 rings of separation. Right in the center of that. I'm going to put that second bounce right in the cup. Divided by 2 divided by 1.4 is 1.42 rings. There's 142. That might have been 145. Hitting it perfect. Let's see where that bounces. If it's to the left, I need to take out a little bit of wind, and if it's, I need to take out just a little. Just a little. I'm not sure if that's 10%, but maybe just a little. I'm going to put plus 10%. Plus 10. And we'll go from there. That might be a slight overpull, but I'm going to try and get that second bounce to just go in the hole. Because it's not, even with 100, like I said, even with 100 backspin, it's not getting any suck back. Any drawback, pullback. In the hole. And where I was set up there with the 3 rings of separation, if that was at mid club, it's kind of the in between, 1.53. Let me do some quick math here. 153, 15. Man, those are so close. Let's see, if I was at mid and I did 1.4, but I added on 10%, it would have been 1.1 times. It'd have been 1.5716. That might have been enough. I'm going to stick with the 10% at mid club. So I'm going to circle the mid on my notes. Mid plus 10 to cup. All right. I got a game plan on that, and I'm gonna take a Kingmaker just to cut the wind down. So where I was set up on that shot, I had my blue ring set up so I was perfectly centered. Blue ring touching the front, blue ring touching the back. On this type of day, I'd have 3 rings. So if it was at 1.4 plus 10%, that would give me what, 4.2. So if the wind was blowing harder than 4.2 or 4, I'd need to bring out a ball that has lower wind. So I do not have to pull over that. Now, if the wind's blowing on an angle like this, you've got a little bit of a window where you can adjust, and it gives you a little bit of leeway. But if you've got these straight on headwind or straight on tailwind days where you're having to pull back to that line, 4.2 is the max. So keep an eye on the wind. If the wind's blowing like that, bring out some power 3 ball that's got lower wind than 3. There you go. There you have it. Hole number 3. Hole number 3. Hole number 3. Now, I shot a 13. Hey. Oh, damn it. Hold on. And grab my pen. There we go. Sometimes I grab it and it snaps and it goes all the way to the top, and then you can't. If you're grabbing anything at the top, it's pulling down the menu. Hole number 3. Now, in my odd account, I was trying to get down in here with a 3 power ball, and I ended up in the rough. And so I really wanted to take the second shot from here, because if you take this shot, you're going to need a backspin club. And I tried a Saturn. So what I did was I was here, and then I chipped it over to that spot because I brought a Saturn. And I wanted to see how the Saturn responded. And even though it's got 92 backspin, and that's a lot, it wasn't enough. It did kind of draw back a little bit to the cup, but I don't know that it didn't have the right stuff. So I'm going to bring a Grim Reaper. So if you have a Grim Reaper that has whatever long iron you have that has the most backspin is what you want to do. That's what we want to do. This is another one of those holes that to consistently get down into this area, Now, on the drive to get down into this, I had a plenty of room, and then I did max overpower, and I will tell you that I almost overdrove that. It feels to me like if the wind was 4 and you're trying to get down into this area, you need to pull out. You need to act like it's double that it's an 8-mile-an-hour wind. It is super easy to overdrive down in here. And a 3-power ball with some topspin boost might be the trick. And if there was a headwind day, maybe just a regular 5-power ball. Let's see what my options are. I'm going to take that bag because it has the most power. The most power. Let's see if I've got a 3-power. I have one of those. And I think on this type of hole, it's going to be every day you're going to be doing something slightly different. I have one of these. That wouldn't be a bad ball. That wouldn't be bad. I'm gonna take it just because I only have one, and let's get it out of the inventory. And we'll work it out. Whatever the wind is, 2 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1.3. And I think with a 4-power ball, that APOC, it might still be 1.3 at max. I think with maybe a power 5 ball, it's 1.2. If on a drive shot with that APOC, the whole difference between me getting in the right spot and not getting in the right spot is 0.1, I didn't set that shot up very well. Now, I suppose I have no idea what my opponent is doing. Like I have no idea. I have no idea what you're thinking. Bro. Yeah, it looks like you have plenty of room down there, but watch, they're doing that shot. Man, they moved it. They moved it way over to the left. That shot has got to be hitting the rough. Right there, and that is bad. That is not recoverable. I mean, obviously you can lay it up somewhere down there, but I'm not sure you can get over to the greens. They might be able to get over to the green side. And that ball is carrying a mile. A mile. I'm going to take the wind out. 2, 3. I'm going to take out 2 rings. Or 2, 3, 2.3. I'm going to take out 3.5 rings. There's 2, 3, 5. That's double the wind. And a 70 ring grate to the right. Yeah. And where I hit, I could have put some of that wind back in. All right, we'll just take the shot with the that angle. It won't be too. I actually might have a fairly decent shot with my Nirvana. They were able to make it over to the other side. It's gonna where they put the pin is hidden behind that sand, and it is tight. And we have no rough to get there. There's Max. Max shot. Let's see, do I even have a shot at it? Man, I have to really work that. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull back to that spot. Two per ring. How much is going to do 2 rings? That's 4 miles per hour. Oh! Oh! I would have liked to have seen where that went. I had pulled back from where my red line was. I was probably, I don't think I was in mid club, but I was probably at 3/4. I think I like that better. I was trying to get up close up here, but I didn't want to have to pull over the sand with the way the wind was blowing. That's why I moved it back over in here and did the bounce over. When you're doing a recovery shot like that, you obviously want to go for it, but you don't want to take any risks. You pull over the sand like that and it distorts the rings, then you hit a great to the left, and the next thing you know, you had a shot that you could have easily just laid it up there and made your putt and moved along, little doggy, and now you're in the sand. If you wanted to be in a better spot so you had a better shot, you shouldn't have put it in the rough or the sand the first time. All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner. Hole number 4. What do we have in store for us for hole number 4? My notes say APOC, Titan, Sniper, mid club, +5 to the cup. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to hit out here. I know that sounds weird because the other day I said I would never demo a shot hitting out here, that you always sit to the island and you make the shot, but where this pin placement's at, I don't like the second shot. It's not that you can't get to this island and do the deal, but I just don't like the shot, the second shot. But out here, you've got a nice little shot where you can use this lane and run right up to the cup. And so I'm gonna hit it straight forward. Titan will work. I don't think we need anything more than a Titan. Unless you really get the shot nailed in and you want to make sure you hit perfect, you could bring out a precision ball, a Precision 54. They got those new precision balls out that you can slice the ball. The only way that you won't hit perfect is if you don't take the shot. They haven't started selling those yet. They've only just given a few out to us important people, but once they start selling them to the main folks, I'm sure they'll be popular. The deal is that they could come out with a Precision 742 ball, and if you make a bad adjustment, it still isn't going to help you. Hitting perfect when you eyeball the shot doesn't make it so that it just goes in the hole. Like, wow, it's going to go in the hole because he hit it perfect. No. All right. 3.4. 3.4 divided by 1.3. I'm not going to add anything on. We'll see where we land up. 261. There's 261. Getting it perfect. El Perfecto. That looked pretty good. Liked how it bounced through. All right. Should have a nice, where we can't see the hole type of deal. We'll see if I hit it too far. I think you can actually hit it too far where, like, we want to have this whole little chute to run through here, so you want to be kind of on this plane, and I am on that plane, so that's where we want to be. If we hit it too far forward when we're up the hill, it may, we could probably still do it, but you just may need to have a ball that's got some side spin, like left-hand side spin. That'll be a new ball. Now, my opponent hit it way out there, so we'll kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. And we'll see, like, maybe their angle's better. Maybe. Although it looked like they had a tree in there. We see how I'm right straight through the chute. So I can start off. There's Min. There's Max. So I'm right at mid club, right in the chute right there. Got it. What was I going to do? I was going to do 5%. 1.05 times 3.4 divided by 1.1. 3 1/4 rings. There's 3 1/4. Would have liked to have seen it perfect on that. I didn't pull it enough on the front. I just did a straight up shot at 0, and I put on, but I was about that far away. I put on plus 0.5, so I'm not sure if the 5 was enough. If I would have came in on the left hand side of the cup as opposed to over here, or if it would have been right on. I would have loved to have seen that perfect. And it came in there a little faster than I wanted it to. My angle was a little off when I pulled, but I had already started and I wasn't going to have time to readjust. I think my opponent still had a pretty decent shot, but I kind of liked the ability to run it up and not have to get so close. Maybe getting a little bit closer and putting a little bit more backspin on it would be better. It's something we can work on. Right now, my whole goal is to just make sure that I've got the right club, that I'm taking the right drive shot to put me in a spot where I can really try and work that area, and that I have the right club on the drive, the right ball, and then I know where it's going to put me on the second shot, and I'm set up for my second shot. Now I can start working on my second shot. So today's whole goal is just to verify that my notes are right and that I'm bringing out the right equipment. I'm putting myself in the right spot, and I want to be somewhere where I can consistently get to that spot. And anytime I can do that without having to bring out something special, I'm all for that. Now, there are times when a special ball, like you really know that if you can get that shot in, if you can hit that shot perfect, it's going in the cup because you got your numbers are right. So like maybe in the weekend round, you bring out that it's the same ball you've been using. It's a 3-power ball or a 2-power ball, but it's precision. You know, just to make sure that you can really kind of get it on there is not a bad deal. But I'm not necessarily interested in using those precision balls every round. Hole number 5. Hole number 5. Save your stuff. I see people out there playing one-on-one using the good stuff, playing one-on-one. It's like, what the heck are you doing? Now, I tried. Okay. This spot right here blows. I mean, I don't know how you're going to get to the cup. I took this shot right here, and I bounced off the flagpole. It had too much speed. It went up. It hit, slid across the deal, went up the hill, and went down, and then hit the flagpole and moved along little doggy. And I did this, I think, with 0. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I just did a 0 adjustment. I also came out and I went back out and I tried to get on here and do a backspin shot, and I was thinking maybe I could do a dunk. But I wasn't able to get it so that it would stick to the green. It wanted to bounce back over in here. Let's see what I have here. It's a sniper shot. Which one of these bags do I have? I'm going to start off with my number 1 bag. How many practice tokens I got? I got a few. Let's practice this all once. I just can't believe that we can't backspin it up there. I think I tried to use my rocket, and it has 100 backspin, but you're hitting your rocket farther. Maybe if I brought out a big enough ball so that I could play it with my Guardian would have enough. The distance, when you're hitting your driver, how much distance it's getting versus how much distance you're getting from your wood, it's coming in there so much hotter that while it still may have 100 backspin, that 100 backspin might not. Now, in one-on-one play, I always play where my opponent's playing, and that might not be a bad spot. I like to wedge myself up so my white ring is in the front, touching the transitional surface between the fairway and the rough, and my white ring on the left is against the sand trap, so that I have a consistent spot that I'm starting it off at. Let's see if they can get that ball to run down, how close to the cup it'll come. You can see on the left-hand side, that hill, it is janky. Are we in practice? We are in practice. Yeah, I got room. But if we were trying to do a dunk, like, could we get the dunk in here? We're eking towards max, eking towards min. There's mid. Let's say we're at mid. What is mid with my Guardian? 1.3. 4 divided by 1.3. 3.1 rings. There's 3, 1. If I have enough time to get it off. Oh, and I hit it great. But what we're looking for here is to see if we have enough distance where it'll keep us out of the sand. And man, I got lucky I didn't get in the sand right there. Okay. Okay. I'm still undecided on how I want to play it. I still don't know. Let's go for the dunk. We're here. Let's go. Let's go. Isn't it perfect? And the wind pushed it back. Go in the hole anyways. We were trying to dunk it, so let's try and dunk it. Let's not cheat ourselves. All right, I've looked at a bunch of different shots there, and I'm not really happy with any of them. I'm not happy with any of them. Not happy. Hole number 5. Let me take a sniper, and let me take a katana. Here we go. And I'm going to do a straight up shot. I'm going to do wherever I'm at in my club. The wind divided by wherever I'm at in my club. I'm not going to add on anything. So I can see where it's putting me. Ligma balls. Yeah. You'd have to have some. Getting tricky. Now my opponent does. I'm doing the rough bump there, but my opponent's idea might be better. And it'd be better if you pulled back so you could see what your adjustment was doing. They had 2 side spin and 1 less than max backspin. Look at the movement around that cub. Yeah, if you're coming in from the left-hand side, you got all kinds of janky stuff going on. All kinds. Okay, there's max. There's min. There would be mid. Let me try what my opponent did. So there's mid. Let's get where we can see if they would. I don't need to know I'm using a sniper. I know I'm using a sniper. I know. Okay, that shot right there. We'll see if I can hit the flagpole. I'm at mid-club, so it's 4.2 divided by 1.1. It's 3.81 rings. There's 1, 2, 3. 8, 1. Now it's hard to tell because you're so far downhill. Hitting it perfect. Definitely did not pull it enough. Definitely. It's coming in there a lot hotter from where down there as opposed to where I was hitting it out up on the rough. It slowed the ball down quite a bit coming through there. I think I might like the rough bump better. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to play this hole. Like what are our best, what do we have, is there any option? Like this is going to be a hole that not a lot of people are going to get a hole in one on this week. Somebody's going to figure it out and they're going to get all kinds of hole in ones. But it may not be me. Hitting it perfect. In the hole, in the hole. That was a long ass putt for me. That was almost in the overpower. Don't like those putts at all. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. My notes, before we go look at it, my notes say Kingmaker, APOC, on the drive, sniper, plus 10 to the cup. And I didn't hit it perfect in my practice round, so I have no idea if the plus 10, it seemed like from when I did the scouting report, it seemed like I needed to add on plus 10. But I don't know because I didn't hit it perfect. I'm trying to hit out here and then hit it straight forward. I'm not going, you can try and get over here, but I'm not trying to do that. If you're playing in pro and you don't have any big ball inventory, it may be hard to try and get into this pocket here to hit it straight forward. So what you can do is come over here from the pro tees and try and curl it around so that you end up like in this zone here. A lot of times you'll be right up against the rough over here. And it kind of cups up when it gets over there, so it's a little difficult to get in the rough, but it's possible. But then you have this same straight up shot. Just to let you know, just in case you didn't know. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'll take my normal, my number 5 bag with a, I don't think I need the spin. I don't think I do. I don't think I don't know that I used all the spin. I think I'm going to bring a Kingmaker just because I'm not. I think I found a somewhat sticky spot down there on the second shot, but I had to move it over to the left to find it. And then I had to put on a lot more side spin in order to bring it back around to the cup. Which isn't really a sticky spot, so you could probably use it just a regular Titan. I'm going to switch to a Titan and just hit it straight up. And you can bring a Kingmaker, you can bring a Quasar, you don't have to bring out anything special if you're playing from the rookie tees to get over to that spot. But from the pro tees, it is a little bit harder to get into the pocket with a 1 power ball. Nice. Perfecto, my friend. And that ball will work just fine because I think I'm in minimum club with a power 3 ball. So a Quasar, or excuse me, a Katana would work fine. I know what I was going to do. I was going to switch, pinned, switch to a Titan. Switch to a Titan, all of it. .2 times 1.1 divided by 1.3, 2.7 rings. 2.7. Perfect. Perfecto. See if we can end up right where my opponent's at. Right where they're at. We had to pull back from the red line, so we weren't taking the advantage of the ball. But the deal is here, as I'm in, I can take the shot from farther back and try and run it up to the cup from minimum, but I think my opponent's going to be more towards mid. And it might not be a bad idea to hit it from mid and put a little bit more backspin on it. Plus 10 to the cup, 1.1 times whatever the wind is. And I should be in minimum. We will see. And I think what I did was I played it at 1.3 And I think in the book with a 3 power ball, it's 1.2. We'll see. That was close. That was, my opponent was right on it. Go back and re-engineer their deal. There's Man Club. There's Max. There's Man. I'm gonna pull forward from the men line and do the men shot. It's going downhill, so it should be rolling down that hill. 2.5 divided by 1.3. 2.11 rings. .11. Getting it perfect. And I needed to pull it more than that. More than that. I'm getting inconsistent results here. If I'd have did a 2.2 instead of a 2.3, that'd have been 2.3 rings instead of 2.1, and that might have been better. Let me circle. Let me. Snipers 1, 1.1, 1.2. Let me make a note here. And the 10%. 1.1, 1.2. What was I thinking? I've got 2 sets of sniper nets, and I did a 3 on that one, and I'm doing a 2 on one of the other holes. Rookie. That's why I play rookie. You make rookie-ass mistakes like that. Come on. Come on. Men Club. Kingmaker. Okay, hole number 7. Hole number 7. I think we have a shot here. All right. So, just taking the wind out, not doing any overpower, and just trying to get it up there with max topspin, getting into the right area. I came through in my practice account, and I was like, I like the pin placement here because they've opened up this lane, so we got a bigger area over here. With the old pin placement here, you really have just a narrow little window, or you have to get in front of the trees in order to have a serious shot at it. But I was like right out in this area, and my shot, I did have to start it off to the left and put a little bit of side spin on it because it was clipping that tree just barely. But you can get out into the right area, and I was in short iron without doing anything special. But if you brought out a topspin boost ball, even just like a 1 or 2 topspin boost ball, and tried to get through that gap, you're really, really deep into it. You might be able to get yourself into your wedge range. Shit, if you brought out the right stuff, and we had the right kind of wind, because I really believe down in this zone down here, the wind, if you got a 4 mile an hour wind, it's pushing you 8. That if you brought out the right stuff, you could get way down there. Way down there. But I'm not going to bring out anything special. Or am I? I think I have a 3 power ball that's got some topspin boost. I have a bunch of them, so it might be beneficial, like this one right here. I'm going to bring one of those. What is that ball? What is that? That's the Players. Let me write that down. Hole number the Players ball. Selected. That bag. If you bring out a ball like that and you got like mid-level clubs, or you don't have your APOC or your extra mile maxed out, so you don't have all of the top spin with your extra mile, you could bring out a bigger ball, and that ball might work with a big topper. The big topper red line, though, how much raw distance it has, you may have to bring out a bigger ball in order to use your big topper, but that might be an option where you could bring out your big topper and a 5 power topspin boost ball. We'll see. The main thing here is, my big fear is that you don't want to overdrive this down in that wind. So you you could leave the wind on. You got plenty of room. Plenty. You think you have plenty of room. 3.3 times 2 divided by 1.3 is 5.7 rings. I'm gonna do 4.7. And then I'm going to push that wind back on. And then I'm going to just not overpower it and just try and hit it straight forward. Hitting it perfect. Let's see how far it carries down in there. That will definitely put me in short iron. Definitely. And I was doing plus 10 plus 0.1 to the cup. 10 plus 10 plus 0.1. So it's 1.1 times the wind divided by wherever I'm at in my club. Plus 0.1. All right, I have an equation. Bracket, 1.1 times. Bracket, plus 0.1. So I can put in my numbers, whatever the wind is, divided by wherever I'm at in my club. And I hit my Kingfisher at 1.1, 1.6, 2.1. And I'm always unsure whether it should be 2.2 or 2.1, but I feel like the 2.1 is there. The deal is that club is so damn accurate if you're in minimum club that I'm not sure that the 2.1 or 2.2 is really going to make any difference. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, there's min. There's max. So there's mid. So I'm at minimum club right here. I'm going to play it at min. 2.1 per ring. So it's 2.7 divided by 2.1 is 1.51 rings. I'm going to do 1.5. My opponent is rooting for me right now. 1.5 rings. There's 1, 5. Now we need to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. In the hole. Woo! In the hole. Saved them. Saved them. Now, let's see what ball they're using. Okay. I was going to say, just don't bring out anything special. Switch to your worst one and just pop it out there and let's move along, little doggy. Move along. Good luck in the tournament. I don't get a thanks. I don't get nothing. I saved your ass. I saved you. All right. Let's see what hole number 8 has in store for us. This is another one of those par 3s. This one here is the one I still, that middle par 3, I still have no freaking clue what I'm doing on it either. But I'm trying to hit in this area. And I brought a rocket and a katana. And I think I was in mid club with my rocket, which is at 1.4 per ring. But I didn't have to put on all the backspin. And I got great ball guy with that rocket. And I'm going to do a plus 10, but I have no idea what any of this stuff is. I hit the shot straight up the other day in the practice round where I was just like where I was at in my club, divided by the wind, and I underpulled it. So I added on 10 just to see if I could get closer, but earlier I took the shot, but I got rushed. I was trying to figure it out, and then I got rushed, and so I just took a shot, and so I'm not sure I made the right move. Let's bring my number 2 bag with the rocket. The rocket. And a power 2 ball. And let's go for it. Times the wind divided by 1.4. At mid club, 1.4. What I was trying to do is I was trying to find a spot where I could wedge my rings up So I could immediately go put the ball in that area, and then I could put my spin on. But what I should probably do is find that spot, then work my spin, and then write my spin down so that I know I need to put on 3 1/4 backspin or 5 1/4 backspin or whatever it happens to be, so I'm in a consistent spot. And I was trying to hit in this area and go at it, but I'm not sure that that's the right area. Maybe over here might be flatter. Maybe. Power 2, 2 side spin, 4 wind. I'm not sure that ball's really helping him that much. I don't know that I would bring out like a ball like that. I mean, that's kind of I suppose if the sand was playing a factor in it, maybe. Can I start off over here? There'd be max club with a 2 power. Do I have enough to get me there? What does that look like as far as... Yeah, that puts me pretty close to the sand. I was trying to find a spot like over here where I was kind of like centered up. Three 2.35 rings. Two, 3, 5. Hitting it perfect. And still didn't pull it enough. Still did not pull it enough, and I was coming in there way too fast. Way too fast. And it's because of how you're hitting on that. Your ball guide's lying to you. Well, part of it is the ball guide might not be lying to me. I didn't pull it enough. The deal there is that you're hitting on a hill like this. So if you don't pull it enough and you hit higher up on the hill, it's going to take a bigger bounce. Whereas your ball guide's thinking that you're hitting here and it's going to take a flatter bounce, and then the backskin's going to be affected. But you didn't pull it enough, or you over pulled it and you got into a different spot on the course. So how it responds at the end is different than what the ball guide was showing because of where you bounced. If that makes any sense at all. All right. My hopes for making a hole-in-one on any of these par 3s is pretty freaking grim. So if I get a hole-in-one, like I usually like to go, I very seldom ever go a whole week where I don't get at least one hole-in-one and one albie. It's happened. It's been a couple years since it's happened, but it has happened. And when it did happen, it happened 2 weeks in a row where I didn't get an albie or a hole-in-one. But I can see myself not getting a hole-in-one this week. And if I do, it'll be the biggest shithouse luck. And hopefully it'll be in the weekend round. Because I feel like I have 0 chance for getting a hole-in-one. All right, hole number 9. I've gotten to the right spot twice on hole number 9, and I'm going to tell you it's total luck. Total luck. And the second shot, I'm going to do plus 20 plus 0.1. I've done the plus 20 twice and just barely missed it. Yeah, I was there. What was I thinking? All right, I'm trying to get into this spot right here. Now, what I have to watch out for is we're all focused on where we want to end up down here, but this is not where we want to focus. Where we want to put our focus is that first bounce, because if you overshoot that, which is possible, then you're in a spot of bother. And so you got to really watch out that you don't overshoot it here, because we're doing a max overpower shot, and we really kind of want to put the wind back in, but it's super easy. Once again, this is one of those ones that if the wind's blowing this way 3 miles an hour, it's basically pushing you forward about 6 miles an hour. So it's super easy to overshoot it. And we definitely need a berserker with my number 5 bag and a berserker. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think this is why they put signs out on the course, and I'm surprised that they haven't put some signs out in these areas. You can see I'm 3 rings away, so basically that's 3.9. That's 4 miles an hour. But if I leave that wind in there, if I leave all that wind in there, it's going to 2.6 times 2 divided by 1.3 be 4 rings. I'm going to do 4, and then I'm going to push 2 of it back in. At least a 1.5. Oh. Yeah, look at how close I was there. Almost made it. A 1 ring grate to the right would have been okay, but a 2 ring grate. And you can see how close I was down there putting that 1.5 rings back in. I was close. Part of the deal there is too is that you're curling up like this, and I hit it to the right. So if I'd hit it straight forward, my depth straight forward versus where I hit it, I didn't have as much depth, but the wind is carrying down there about 2 times. My opponent almost made their spot. That fairway there is good too. I mean, we're all going for, that's the deal. You're going to be in inconsistent spots here. Inconsistent. Let's see, where am I at in my club? There's max, there's mid, there's quarter. I'm in the 8 per ring range, so 1.2 times 4.5 divided by 8 plus 0.1 is 0.77 of a ring. I'm going to put on 1 backspin. If I can get it to the freaking hole. 7.5 of a ring. There's half a ring. There's 3/4. There's 7.7 exactly. Oh, damn it. That was so close. I thought I hit it perfect. I thought I did. Perfect would have been in the hole right there. Oh, that was so close. Oh. I thought I caught the perfect. When I first let go, I was like, oh. And then it was like, great, you bastard. Max Club with my Nirvana. I don't care what the book says. Nobody will ever be able to change me. I'm at 2. 3/4, I'm still at 2. I've tried 3, but the 2 works. At mid, I'm at 4. At quarter, I'm at 8. And if I'm a third, well, and if I'm at a third, I'm 8. And if I'm at a quarter, I'm 16. And then from there, it's all just a little deal. There's a fine line between the 8 and the 16. It's kind of a third of a club. When you're kind of in between quarter and half mid club, I'm at the 8 per ring, and then at quarter I'm at 16. And if you're all like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? That's not what the book says. I don't care what the book says. I don't care what the app says. I don't care. And I'm sure if you use the app and you've done a lot of those shots and you're like, I use the app all the time and I hit perfect and it goes in. I hit perfect a lot of times with those shots and they go in too. It's the deal. All right. I think 14 was in my 77 account, and I blew that shot just because I wanted to see what it was, so I came in with a 13, but 14 was at the top. So I'm thinking we've got some opportunities. What's going to boil down to is we got to get the par 4s, and we really need to pick up one out because I'm not seeing a lot of hole-in-one opportunities. Obviously, we could get one, but we really need to focus this week on making our money on those par 4s. We have to get all 3 of the par 4s, and then we need to just pick up one Albie. And we've got, I think, all 3 holes. We got great Albie opportunities on all 3 holes. We have no hole-in-one opportunities, but we got great Albie opportunities. All right, there you go. The qualifying round, I did qualify today. I wasn't sure if I would, but that round worked out all right. I qualified today. There you go. Qualifying round for the 2024 Spring Major. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Stay safe. Hopefully everyone has a great round. Keep notes. Watch the video. Rewind. Do the thing. Record your own video as well. It's really important. You can watch my stuff so that you can see. Like, my whole goal is to help you figure out how to develop your own game instead of just going and asking somebody for their shit and then, trying to replicate their stuff. I mean, the whole deal is you trying to figure it out for your clubs and what ball inventory you have and the process that goes behind it to try and learn how to play them. And if you're having difficulties on a hole, try and figure out another way to play it. There's more than one way to play any of these holes. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. It helps. And I will see you on the next one.